Hey there, this is a reading for Capricorn for February 2026. I hope you find something here that helps you. Just going to get one more clarification before we get rolling. Yeah, it seems like it's an auspicious time. There's a lot of cards here suggesting your place in your community, you know, the turns of fortune that will favor you, that you're very consciously working towards, and sort of an invitation to become still in an important way, and I believe reconnect with your roots. At the heart of your reading, the Ten of Pentacles feels like the world that you're both building for yourself and the world that you want to involve yourself with, as far as other people are concerned, how you interact with what other people are already doing. But again, I think that you're looking very particularly at your individual place and your capability and your calling to fulfill something of a higher nature, a higher station, even. In your conscious realm for this month, you have the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. There's an emphasis here, I would say, on incorporating the child parts of yourself in with the parts that are trying to function in the adult's world. It seems that you're very much looking for the place that will allow you to be shining. There's a lot of power that comes with being able to embody that and be living in integrity among other people in a way that's authentic to you. There's a force all of its own that comes from being able to bring that child part along and letting that energy be what carries you through life. And then letting your adult capability, the experiences that you've had through your life, be the skill set that helps you function. But there could be a question of how you do that, or a question of, is there even a space that exists for me to be myself and contribute to the whole? Is there a way to strike that harmony? In your subconscious realm for this month, you have the Five of Wands. This feels like it could be about maybe competition in the sense of taking care of your responsibilities, taking care of the things that life and society or the community around you expects you to take care of, or even family. But this feels like more of a deep concern as to how you fit in. You know, is your day-to-day experience one that feels more like competition, or is it one that feels more like play and driven by curiosity versus pressure? Yeah, and in your challenge, I think there might be a feeling of waiting to see what your place is, and maybe occupying that nervous space of not knowing where you'll fit in, or what changes exactly you'll be making, but very much sitting with the feelings of, knowing that something is changing, knowing that something has to change for your own happiness, your well-being, and maybe not being sure whether to be taking action or what action to take even right now. Can I ask for clarification on the Three of Wands? Wow, okay. Yeah, I think the challenge for this time coming up is to embody to practice embodying what it is that your child self reveals to you that it wants. See if we can get one more. Is there one more to clarify the Three of Wands? Wands and the challenge. I think okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very the feminine aspects of yourself are going to be part of the challenge coming up, and I think challenge might be not even the appropriate word for kind of this call to action. I think it's more in the silence that you experience, when you allow yourself to sit in silence. What's the nature of that space? Is it one filled with anxiety, thoughts about how big the world is and how small you feel in it? Or are the thoughts more expansive, more promising? Do you feel energies that seem more compassionate toward you? Do you feel the presence of a power that is generous with its abundance, generous with its forgiveness, and generous with everything? It's quiet, generous with the breath that moves in and out of you. So maybe in the quiet moments that you experience gratitude, feeling into the gratitude could become very helpful for you. And maybe with the beginning step of just opening to the fact that there's something to be grateful for. and that the nature of getting what it is that you want is accompanied by gratitude. Gratitude is a necessary ingredient of that. So if you find yourself in distress or just feeling low, maybe rather than getting caught up in that feeling and how to make it go away or rush it away, maybe look at its presence as an indicator that, oh, gratitude is not present. Maybe don't take the difficult feelings quite so seriously, the difficult thoughts, because they're very likely just thoughts. And when you become aware of something like that, you can begin to lean more into what it is that you are grateful for. And I think your creativity, whatever it is that you feel called to create, is going to be a vital element of healing for you, as well as this Queen of Cups energy, which is just the compassionate listener, the presence that in the silence has an open ear for you, that cares for you, that wants your best, and that doesn't judge the way that you feel. It can hear everything, and the Empress can help express or relieve some of those feelings that need to be expressed or moved through the creativity, whatever creative spark you decide to follow. The advice for this month is the Six of Cups. There's a nostalgic element, but I would say more, again, connecting with the child part and of yourself and integrating with the adult part, letting the two entities inform one another, letting your child self feel cared for by your adult version that you are now, and letting your adult self off the hook and letting that part be shown, reminded by the child what it's like to live fully, with passion, with heart. Let's see if there's any clarification on that. On the Six of Cups. This is a very high-minded reading in the sense of I get that there's a lot of imagery here that's indicating to you how you might want to restructure your daily life, what daily life can and should feel like when all of your parts are working well together. Because I think ultimately, again, that's you're going to be you're going to feel the most integrated and in harmony with the world when you get all parts of yourself on board and communicating with each other in a way that's very compassionate, nurturing. Is there any further clarification for the Six of Cups? Six of Cups. Yeah, all right, this is cool. So the Nine of Cups came out first to clarify the Six of Cups in your advice. But then it was followed by the Page of Wands and the Two of Cups. So again, there seems to be a lot about exchanging energies here, or communication between parts, between energies. The pages are childlike in and of themselves, with their sometimes naivety, but curiosity is what's really coming through. The fresh eyes to look on something new, a new endeavor, or a new way of being. And with the two of cups here, it's really just emphasizing that intimacy. I think within yourself is probably the dominant feeling that I get from this is, again, allowing each of your parts to express and not kind of impose judgment on any of them. Let if one part is in distress that's really coming up and seems to be asking for help or doing desperate things to draw attention to itself, maybe you could invite another part of you in to hear that part, or to just be with that part, to sit with it, or just give, again, gentle attention. It seems like it could be very good to cultivate quiet space in this time, to just see what it is your parts have to say. Journaling can be great, but even just allowing some silent space for your thoughts and your feelings to arise, and see what parts of you seem to be talking. The advice is that you can truly help yourself by creating space and not judging what you feel. It seems like it could be a profound time for healing, like old wounds, but I mean, even just wounding or those concepts aside, it really feels that you're becoming at home with yourself. You're aiming to become more peaceful and settled in yourself, and because that's what you're looking for, that's what you're going to find. Let's see if we can get a couple of oracle cards to finish this reading for you. For Capricorn. Feels like a good time to dream, to allow yourself to think more broadly about the things that might fill you up, to satisfy you. Let your curiosity lead you some new places. I'll give you just a moment to consider your oracle. You have innocence, rebirth, and source. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book from these, because I think ultimately the specificity may help you. But what I feel is that you're learning to really strike a balance, or feel the balance between all of your parts, recognizing that even the ones that you may have looked on with harsh eyes or with anger, or guilt or shame in the past, I think you're learning to see that these parts of you are innocent because they were responding in the best way that they knew. But now there is a rebirth happening. As time goes on, your form is changing. The things that call to you change as well. And there's a reminder that the source, the space that you create and to connect with source is very, very powerful, and it's here to help you. It's here to give you everything that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and read from these real quick. We'll begin with innocence. The old man in this card radiates a childlike delight in the world. There is a sense of grace surrounding him, as if he's at home with himself and with what life has brought. He seems to be having a playful communication with the praying mantis on his finger, as if the two of them are the greatest friends. The pink flowers cascading around him represent a time of letting go, of relaxation and sweetness. They are a response to his presence, a reflection of his own qualities. The innocence that comes from a deep experience of life is childlike, but not childish. The innocence of children is beautiful, but ignorant. It will be replaced by mistrust and doubt as the child grows and learns that the world can be a dangerous and threatening place. But the innocence of a life lived fully has a quality of wisdom and acceptance of the ever-changing wonder of life. Next we have rebirth. This card depicts the evolution of consciousness as it is described by Friedrich Nietzsche in his book, Thus Spake Zarathustra. He speaks of the three levels of camel, lion, and child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak, but really he is so concerned with others' opinions that he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone and proud, roaring our truth. But this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. Whatever the space you're in right now, sleepy and depressed, or roaring and rebellious, be aware that it will evolve into something new if you allow it. It is a time of growth and change. And finally, you have the source. When we speak of being grounded or centered, it is this source we're talking about. When we begin a creative project, it is this source that we tune into. This card reminds us that there is a vast reservoir of energy available to us, and that we tap into it not by thinking and planning, but by getting grounded, centered, and silent enough to be in contact with the source. It is within each of us, like a personal, individual sun, giving us life and nourishment. Pure energy, pulsating, available. It is ready to give us anything we need to accomplish something, and ready to welcome us back home when we want to rest. So whether you're beginning something new and need inspiration right now, or you've just finished something and want to rest, go to the source. It's always waiting for you, and you don't even have to step out of your house to find it. Well, I believe this will conclude your reading for Capricorn around February 2026. I sincerely hope this helps you, and I will talk to you again. Take care.